A Descent into Madness. Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart by Daniel. Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart is a chilling tale of madness and guilt that delves into the depths of the human psyche. Through a first-person narrative, an unnamed narrator recounts the gruesome murder of an elderly man whose pale blue eyes haunts him. The story's psychological intensity is heightened by the narrator's obsessive nature, his meticulous planning, and his eventual breakdown. The story's exploration of the human psyche is both disturbing and thought-provoking, as it reveals the destructive power of unchecked obsession and the devastating consequences of giving in to one's darkest impulses. Central to the tale is the narrator's obsession with the old man's pale blue eye. This seemingly insignificant detail becomes the symbol of the narrator's growing madness and his inability to control his thoughts and emotions. The eye serves as a constant reminder of the old man's presence even after his death. The narrator's obsession with the eye is a manifestation of his underlying paranoia and fear, which ultimately leads him to commit the murder. As the narrator's fixation on the eye intensifies, so too does his sense of unease and anxiety. He becomes increasingly convinced that the old man is aware of his presence, and that his pale blue eye is watching him with suspicion. This paranoia eventually reaches a breaking point, leading to the narrator to take drastic measures to silence the old man forever. The eye, therefore, serves as a catalyst for the narrator's descent into madness, and its significance cannot be overstated. Poe also employs a variety of rhetorical devices to heighten the suspense of psychological tension of the narrative. The narrator's use of repetition, such as his constant insistence on his sanity, creates a sense of unease and foreshadows his eventual breakdown. The use of contrast between the narrator's meticulous planning and his sudden outbursts of violence further emphasizes the chaotic nature of his mind. Additionally, Poe's vivid imagery, particularly his descriptions of the old man's eye and the beating heart, serves to intensify the reader's sense of horror and disgust. Moreover, the narrator's use of figurative language, such as similes and metaphors, help to convey the intensity of his emotions and the distorted nature of his perception. For example, when describing the old man's eye, the narrator compares it to the eye of a vulture, suggesting that he views the old man as a predator. This comparison contributes to the overall sense of fear and paranoia that permeates the story. Through his skillful use of these rhetorical devices, Poe creates a compelling and disturbing narrative that explores the depths of the human psyche. The narrator's unreliable narration further contributes to the psychological tension of the story. As the tale progresses, the narrator's grip on reality becomes increasingly tenuous, and his account of events become increasingly subjective and distorted. His insistence on his own sanity is undermined by his erratic behavior and growing obsession with the old man's eye. The reader is left questioning the narrator's reliability and the veracity of his claims. The ambiguity adds to the story's suspense and invites the reader to consider the possibility that the narrator's perception of events may be skewed by his own mental stability. Poe's deliberate use of an unreliable narrator forces the reader to question their own understanding of the story and to consider the possibility of multiple interpretations. This ambiguity adds to the story's psychological complexity and invites the readers to engage with the text on a deeper level. Ultimately, the narrator's unreliable narration serves to highlight the dangers of unchecked paranoia and the devastating consequences of giving in to one's darkest impulses. In conclusion, Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart is a haunting exploration of the human psyche. Through its vivid imagery, psychological intensity, and masterful use of literary devices, the story delves into the depths of madness and guilt. The narrator's obsession with the old man's eye serves as a powerful symbol of his descent into insanity, and the story's climax is a chilling demonstration of the consequences of unchecked paranoia. Poe's tale remains a timeless masterpiece that continues to captivate and disturb readers. The story's enduring power lies in its ability to evoke a deep sense of guilt within our minds, even as he commits to a horrifying act. By delving into the complexities of the human mind, Poe offers a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked obsession and the devastating consequences of giving into one's darkest impulses. Thank you for listening.